blah 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 blah. I'm bad at intros. I just recorded the whole fucking part of the video without actually recording it. This sucks. Okay, but anyways, what this video is gonna be about is I'm just gonna pick a random game from my Steam library. Maybe it'll be random, maybe not. I'm just gonna pick a game from my Steam library, play through it, make a video about it, and I'm gonna talk about the game, some of the mechanics that I like about it, some of the ones that I think would fit into the game that I'm making right now. Which, keep in mind, the game that I'm making right now is still like a day and a half time in development, so there's no really set in place plans for it. And I'll just show me playing through the game, looking at the mechanics, and I'll probably steal some of them and edit them a little bit to make them fit better within the game that I'm making. And hopefully that'll work out. Hopefully it'll be like when Concerned Ape released this game. Everyone loved it, and it was just amazing and perfect. Probably not, but you get what I mean. The first game will be Stardew Valley, simply because I just like the game, I like the developer, and the developer's story is pretty much what I'm trying to do right here. And I don't know, I think, hopefully, I can make it. As I go through the mechanics of each game, I'll probably show how it's made in code. I think that would be pretty cool, or just show like if you edit some certain parts, what would that do? I don't know. I think that would be a pretty cool touch, and you know, add some interesting content. But yeah, this will just be me trying to get through a decent amount of Stardew Valley. I highly doubt I'm gonna beat this game, because that would probably take a super long time, and my focus is game development. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the intro. I'm just gonna show what my game looks like right now, if you could even call it a game. It's very early. Alright, I just hopped into the project real quick. Yeah, these are some of the blueprints, some of the blueprints for the character, you know, jump, camera movement, and I guess I'll show the code too, even though it's not a lot. This is the code for the header. Ignore all those errors, that doesn't matter. This is literally like the only thing I added. Yeah, this thing. And what was it? This and this is the only thing I added. So yeah, it's very early, as you can see. But yeah, let's see what the game looks like. Let's see what it looks like. I got this little box. You can move around, you can jump. There's a little thing, it says done walking whenever I stop walking. And the yellow text was for this little dude. And so if I go over here, actor overlap begin is just testing some overlap components. This dude, actual NPC, I made everything myself, so I made the walking animation. It looks a little bit jank, but I think it's alright. This is the thing to load another level. This is the other level. You know, not that much. Oh, I can also sprint, and I go pretty fast. Alright, I made it. Then the overlap for that, and it's set to a certain value, and it also prints the value. Right now it's 1042, and I also have a similar thing that I can just press a key and key pressed, and I'll just like jump, and it's in the direction that my camera is in. So if I'm looking like that, it'll jump like that, and I'm looking like this, it'll jump like that. For example, for this, it's changing my velocity by whatever units Unreal uses, 1042. So let's say I changed it. Oh my goodness, this is taking forever. Oh my lord. But yeah, that's how it works. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. On the footage I captured, I made a bit of a mistake and started on day 2. On this day, I pretty much just explored around and talked to a good amount of people.
This is also where I noticed that the thing I definitely wanted to take from this game is its dialogue system. I also realized just how many little animations are sprinkled throughout the game and just how long that would take me to put into my own game. I honestly didn't realize just how clean and polished this game looks, which I guess makes sense considering Concerned Ape spent like forever making it.
Oh my goodness. It's just so alive.
On day 3, I woke up, watched TV, and lost my first fish. And it sucked. Honestly, I feel like they have a pretty good balance on how many fish you catch successfully and how many of them are just clearly like out of your level, like way too high level. I think that counts as good game design. While fishing, I started to notice just how many sound cues there are in this game, like as well as visual cues. It's insane just how many little moments in the game just go by and it's like, oh, saying good job, you did this, you did that. Putting audio cues and sound cues wasn't even on my mind as something to put into the game, but I'll definitely need to remember it for my next devlog video. Also, this pretty much ends my day 2 as I realize I can't go into the mines yet, so I just give a gift to Willie and then go to sleep. I start day 4 with 2 fishing level ups and a foraging level up, which honestly felt pretty nice to get. I then go to my farm and then head into town. Not much else really happens except for me losing a couple of brain cells while trying to water my plants. Then I just buy some recipes, eat some food, and go to sleep. On day 5, I wake up with a good amount of money. And I guess that's my lucky number because
I got my pet cat today. I'm gonna name my cat Certiorari.
A beautiful name. Then I start fishing and get genuinely surprised by the Jojo Corporation taking responsibility for their actions. I feel like many people in America would not do the same thing. After that, Lewis decides to talk to me about the community center and is honestly pretty depressed about it. So after he gives me the rundown, I just go over to the mines and get to level 5. Then after that, I pretty much just fish till the day is over. On day 6, I got level 3 fishing. And all of these little celebrations of progress are really becoming a lot more noticeable. It's really hooking me into the game at this point. Clint shows up at my door to pitch his business, which I gotta respect the hustle. And then I read my mail and Robin was pitching me her business. And again, I gotta respect the hustle. I just checked on the community center, mined, fished, and foraged till the day was over pretty much. On day 7, I finally leveled up farming and mining and start my day off tending to my farm. And I finally got the backpack upgrade, which was honestly so useful. It was also around this time in my run where I already decided I was fully ready to just spend the entire day playing this game. I was very hooked, like extremely hooked. I low-key forgot how all the positive feedback loops made my dopamine craving brain feel. It's just very different from when I'm in my own project and there's not any of these notifications congratulating me on every little thing I do. On day 8, I got level 2 in foraging, which was followed up by pretty much all of my plants being fully grown. After harvesting them, I decided to go to the wizard's house and forage a little bit in order to obtain the essence of the forest. Thanks to that, I can now understand the Junimo's writing. Then I sell my crop to Pierre, buy some seeds, and go around the town for a bit to chat with people. After that, I just go to my farm and fish a little bit. On the second to last day, I leveled up farming and I wake up to the spirits telling me the day is in my hands, along with some cookies that my mom sent me through the mail. Today I tried to gather up some things for the bundle in the community center, and then I immediately lost track of time in the mines, and that was pretty much my entire day. On the final day of Stardew, I was able to craft my first furnace and put some copper in it. I then go right back into the mines and try and get as much ore as I can because I really want to be able to upgrade my tools. While I was in the mines, I saw a green mist, and after that, I died. And that wasn't pretty cool. That's pretty much it for that day. And that pretty much ends the 10 days. Some of the things that really stood out to me while playing Stardew was the sheer amount of visual and audio cues there were. It felt like everything I did had its own little way of telling me I was doing the right thing. I also noticed just a lot of small little animations that would play, like the character's portrait shaking sometimes, or the butterflies, or the bubbling in the water, or the flowers, or the worms. Also, the scripted events that would happen on some days really helped me get settled into the game and made me feel like the world was just much more believable. I feel like if they hadn't have made all of those scripted events, the game would be much more dull. Honestly, playing the game for this amount of time definitely made me realize I'm gonna have to put in a lot of effort and thought into my own game when I want to include these little storylines and events, as well as the animations and cues for the player. It definitely helped put a lot of things in perspective for me. Onto Unreal Engine. When I started this, I thought it would be pretty easy, honestly, and in my head I was thinking I'd be able to get something pretty much exactly the same as Stardew in like 2 days. I don't know why I was that stupid. While I was following along and combining a couple of YouTube tutorials, I ran into a problem when trying to get my game to replicate Stardew Valley's dialogue. In Stardew, you'll speak to the characters through a text box with their portrait on the right. As you're speaking to them, the portraits will often change the image a little bit to show emotion, and they'll also shake sometimes. I thought this would be pretty simple to implement, but these little details are honestly pretty difficult to put into my game, and I had to do a lot of searching on the forums just to find someone that could help. But the whole point of this video is to steal from the game, so why not try and replicate it as much as I possibly can. I am pretty embarrassed to say I got stuck on this problem for so long. And a little side note, for anyone making their game in Unreal, please make sure you don't have 2 instances of the engine running at once. It can stop you from saving things and make you lose a lot of progress. Okay, back to the video. The characters being typed weren't the difficult part, but oh my lord, it took me forever to find anything on changing or updating a widget dialogue's image. I looked through the API, through the forums, and I felt like I was going crazy until I found that absolute GOAT, Every None. This dude apparently is just cracked out of his mind at Unreal Engine, because if you look at his profile, you can see he has over 21,000 posts and over 2,500 answers. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Chill out. I actually found his response while I was scrolling the Unreal Engine forums on my phone, and right when I saw it, I got excited as hell and put it into my own game, and it worked immediately. I low-key felt pretty stupid because it was such a simple solution, but I didn't even care all that much. I was just happy I found out how to update the image. So I went into my project with my dialogue structure and my dialogue data table set up, and I finally got an end result that was somewhat good. After cleaning it up and tweaking some little issues I had, this is what it looks like right now. And these are my blueprints. I know they look pretty ugly, and it's probably better to do some of this in C++, but that's a problem for later me. I also know this is not exactly the dialogue setup from Stardew, but I'm honestly pretty happy with how it turned out in the end. And make sure to comment on what parts of the video you would want me to change or talk about more. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe. Bye.